Hey guys, Tightrope here, bringing you a 3v3 today. We are on Whiteball. I'm today spawning in the north. We have Tomoclan with OKW, who has Overwatch, Breakthrough, and Firestorm. SGHQ Smokintodd with Wehrmacht. Going for a double machine gun start here. Jaeger armor is the selection. And finally, JaaaRossi, also with Ostheer, who has locked into Festung support. Opposing them, we have Soccioo with Brits, Mobile Assault. CZisawesome. Soviets, Urban Defense, Shock Army, and Terror. And finally, Google Translate says this is I like the Negev the most with Airborne. Maybe a Counter-Strike player? That's one of the guns in that, right? See, let's go. This is a Patreon back submitted games. The ranks, random team. Tomoclan 2,600. Smokintodd 3,000. JaaaRossi 2,000. CZ 1,300. Soccioo 1,600, and Negev is 1,300. So I think that means maybe a bit of a rankings edge towards the allies in this one.
Too close. That was too close.
This side of the church is better, right? Maybe only 3 windows can fire you from here. Looks like only 3 windows are firing from this side anyway. Oh no, there's one on top. It's pretty much an even start right across the battlefield. A lot of machine guns early on for kind of both teams, honestly. So, decent time to go for some artillery, get a couple mortars out. Got the Kubel over here. Should make sure the mortar doesn't hit the Kubel, and then it's all smooth sailing. Smokintodd kind of 2-on-1ing on this side. Tomoclan with a bit of a 2-on-1 in the center and on the left, and going immediately for a bunch of fuel caches. I mean, I can maybe understand going for 1, but 2 like this early is too much. I feel like that's quite possible the Axis will get overrun here. Don't have enough units, but maybe they'll be able to get away with it. Okay, so pretty fast climb to 1 command point for Tomoclan. Was in quite a lot of battles, so getting some Jaeger lights out into tech now. The Pathfinders and the Riflemen not really pushing in on this side. A little unusual.
The platoon command post is finished and ready for use.
And an early bunker down as well. You're already up against a bunch of mortars, which can easily just barrage that down. I don't know. Generally not a huge fan of bunkers until you start, climbing towards 80 plus pop cap. They're just too easy to deal with, and then there's a lot of resources down the drain. Well, we'll see how it gets on. Even split still on the map. Even with all those caches constructed, the allies have a bit of trouble breaking through all the machine guns. It's actually going to be mechanized. Interesting from Tomoclan. Oh, rifle squad down. That might be the first loss of the game.
Air supply of field ordnance is available.
Now a fighting position up. Maxim inside the building. Axis do need some indirect fire through the center of the map. Top deal. Forward ambulance as well from Negev. Tier 3 coming out for CZ is awesome. Tomoclan going into the looks now. Could be pretty successful.
Yeah, ready.
Don't worry about the Stuart coming back the other way. It looks like a rebuild on the rifleman though, so
squad waiting for orders.
it's not yet ticked mechanized, so the Stuart should be quite late with all of that. Should mean the looks has a pretty easy time. Got a mid crate down.
This is it. Now we can kill with impunity. Get out of here!
Rifleman slowly inching forwards. Could even kill one of these caches off here. So he wants to build yet another cache. Just really increasing the burden on his teammates doing this. And then, you know, high level matches, this will definitely get you in some major trouble. Building just like 4 caches right away at the start of the match. But so far it seems to be working out okay. The second mortar now from Soccioo, so these MGs are starting to fall reasonably fast, and here comes a bit of a flank from the Pathfinders. It's part of their long vision though, they do end up getting suppressed. Here comes the looks. It does have the bazooka upgrade connecting once. They're getting very low. Maxim facing this direction. Fortunately he's trying to call in for the incendiary grenade, but he doesn't actually have the munitions for it. Which he does get decrewed back here. Oh, he's just going for another cache. The defensive line is crumbling and he just doesn't care. His tunnel visioned, and now he's got his support armor core coming up. Should be pretty fast medium, whatever it is. But definitely assisted by the allies maybe being a little bit too passive. They're starting to get a head of steam up now with all of their mortars.
Enemy threatening a capture point.
So a few points trading off the Axis early on. So at this stage, yeah, okay, good. Raketting in the build. Probably should have been out here already. Ooh, there goes the Maxim, because this Stuart could be on the field. About 7 minutes 30 is like a fast Stuart timing. So if you don't have any snaring squads nearby, this is actually kind of risky. But it looks like a very unusual build overall from I like Negev, because he's gone for the captain now, which you typically don't need to do when you're going for Airborne. You can airdrop in your anti-tank gun. What if he doesn't know to take mechanized? He just doesn't know that you can go to major without taking both of the initial officers. Could actually be the case.
Standing by. Send orders.
Back onto the field now, Tomoclan.
Taking fire!
Looks still pretty healthy. He's only taken 1 bazooka round so far. That's another one now though. Oh, Grenadier down, out on the far edge, JaaaRossi. And here we go, flak pans is going to be the option for Smokintodd. Could have a pretty good impact. 4 10-minute flak pans, that is a good timing for it for sure. Here comes the T-70. Quite late though, you can see on this. On the front lines have already got so much fuel. We're about 2 minutes late. Allies themselves have also built quite a lot of caches. 3 fuel, 1 munis, so that both teams are building caches. It does make it easier to get away with. Bunker's about to fall. Flak Panzer's out here, but there is an anti-tank gun here already from Soccioo from trying to knock out that bunker. So maybe the Flak Panzer should try a different approach. Very slow backing away. Forward square. Playing up against 1 Brit player, so maybe it's alright. I feel like it's quite likely to get killed in that kind of position, but... Not a particularly threatening British commander, and still have maybe some dive bomb and stuff options from CZisawesome. Could make that truck a bit of a artillery magnet, or off-map magnet. Looks a little bit passive back here, not up to anything. Need to constantly be probing for angles of attack, especially because very little defense. Mega lights coming in from the side. Looks like the Raketin trying to knock out the fighting position. Missing quite a few shots. And then losing vision. Looks should be in here attacking. Here comes now. Has managed to knock out the fighting position. Going into tier 4 next. Smokintodd. Tier 4 coming up for JaaaRossi as well. T70 in here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 machine guns for JaaaRossi. Alright. Did he steal any of these? Any of these Maxims? Okay, that one's a Maxim. All of the others are MG42s though. Maybe picked up one from Smokintodd. He's lost both of his actually. Probably the case. Who is now just controlling the Flak Panzer. Just chasing down. Doesn't quite get the kill, and I think 1 AT gun missing, otherwise the Flak Panzer would have gone down there. Bit of a lucky break for Smokintodd. But again, this looks as inactive. Needs to constantly be probing for weaknesses. If you haven't seen any counters, which none really, 1 bazooka, the only counter on this side of the map. Need to keep looking opportunities to attack.
Weapon rack is now accessible.
Half-track getting some good work done. Triple cap against the Axis though. They are nearly lost 200 points already at this stage. Need to do something about that. This side is now getting walled off by a fighting position, but the looks could take that out in no time flat.
Capture point is being overrun.
Are at the stage where the Allies could be starting to feel mediums, and we can see that that's not happening, at least for like Negev, but something to worry about. And here we go, Firefly out for Soccioo, and no escape for the Flak Panzer. I mean, he did drive into these double anti-tank guns not so long ago, and they didn't move at all, so he drove right back into them. Paratroopers did over here to an incendiary nade, it looks like. Looks doing damage as it back peels. Good grenade. Full retreat. But again, the looks out back idle. He just ran right into this machine gun here. Somehow it is not firing though. That's very strange. Was it smoked down? I don't know.
We have lost an MG team.
MGD crews. Here comes some artillery now. Oh, this looks disastrous. Slow dodge, bit of base howitzer fire. Mortar dropping its incendiary here, then mortar half track. Doesn't hit too much. Pyro's just suicided. Here comes the Werfer now. There's the decrew on the AT gun. Shrek's coming in from the side, but they get suppressed. Looks back in here. And gets the kill on the captain. 50 cal is, you know, tickling away at the looks. No AP ammo equipped on it, but it does still have decent penetration. And the mortar can also do some damage if it's lucky enough to penetrate. He pops the AP ammo now. Quite late in the health pool. Looks backs away. I think that's a wise choice. And the paratrooper's actually popping bazookas near to get the kill. Panzer IV popping out next for Tomoclan. I think that's a reasonable choice. Zanara brings a wall of anti-tank guns on his side, and the Panzer IV works well against paratrooper bazookas well enough. Finally making a break for the far edge VP. I think that's a little bit overdue for Tomoclan. Should be probing over there. Because already the access way down on VPs. Like they've been locked out in the center. They just don't really have enough indirect fire to contest all the machine guns that were around here. But this side was wide open until recently. Good kill on the ambo though. This is a big push. Lots of losses for I like Negev. And forgotten about this squad on the far edge though. Oof, does survive. Here comes the Werfer. Firefly, a long range shot in there. Shield rockets come up slightly short though. Half-track's still alive. We've got the Panther rolling onto the field now. Got a couple Shreks coming up. Bit of a push continues for Tomoclan. At this stage I probably look to steal the 50 cal. Oh, is this actually back here decrewed as well? Yep, steals that. No forward retreat yet, but has put up the next truck. Maybe a little bit all these trucks too close to each other. I think initially I probably would have put the mechanized truck like behind the house. That at least they're not right on top of each other. Air supremacy wouldn't be able to hit all of them at once. Not that it's a factor of this game, but something you have to consider when placing your trucks whenever there's a Brit in the game. This is finally going to be the end of the T-70. Yep. Had a good run though. Artillery slamming down. Smokintodd getting battered. Loses a Pio. Just about losing his MG. There it goes. Bit of follow-up from the heavy mortar. For on the counter-attack and does decently. We only got one kill though. Okay, we got the mechanized truck up and going for mechanized battle group support makes me think it's probably going to be a King Tiger next from Tomoclan. Is in a reasonably comfortable position. Ordinarily in this game you might need to consider like a little bit more anti-tank on top of this, maybe a second Kessin to assist with the stall, but because it's a red USF player, I like Negev, doesn't have any tanks, this is not as much of a vehicular threat. You don't have to worry about too much. Like if you get 2-on-1s, you're not going to get completely overrun by like 3 medium tanks. So the second AT gun maybe not as important in this particular match. Here come the Fireflies, going to duel the Panthers. The T-3485 quite slow backing away. trades here. Good shield rockets though. Oh, second one missed actually. Fortunate for the Panther. Still got snared. One more shot. Might have lost vision of it though. Oh, revealed himself in the fog. If he just was on hold fire, wouldn't have been a problem. Paratrooper's dead out here meanwhile. And we are capping out on this side. Got the machine gun, could cover that quite cleanly. So I think at this stage, as we can see, the USF player is completely smashed. Oh! Ooh! Speaking of completely smashed, Panther did end up going down, and so did 4 squads, and the mortar half track. Big damage on the Firefly. Not okay. Yeah, good reposition, good angle coverage from that. Now going into the center, running into those machine guns, but they have a squad coming in from the side with the incendiary grenade. Might be able to clear this out in time. Nicely done. Here comes the Jackson though. First tank finally. Was there a little bit too early on the Faust activation before didn't get a shot off first. No engine crit. And now rear armor exposed. Luckily the Jackson didn't chase around the corner. Need to keep going though. The kitten is reasonably nearby. Could maybe have even taken up a position inside this church to try fire at the Jackson. Major dead over here. More paratroopers dropped in.
Drop complete. Everyone here?
It's going to be actually a Panther from Tomoclan, so I'm not entirely sure. Do you need... I don't know. Do you need mechanized to go for the retreat point? I didn't think so.
Ready for action.
Okay, we've got some concrete bunkers. Oh no, it's a reinforced repair bunker, in fact. Still shows it's firing up while it's setting up. Doesn't exist though. Pins. Triple cap against the Allies. Axis turning things around here. So, Panther's coming. Where are the other vehicles? In the center. I think at this stage I'll just go for a big all in with everything, but it needs to be everything. Here come actually some planes. So Tomoclan backing out. Oh, looks overstaying its welcome though. Could go down. The Jackson not in a good position to chase. Just stay out of the circle though. Panzer IV driving in here. Jackson trying to back away. Second round of planes could easily kill the P4. Jackson misses the kill shot though. Panther wants to go in. Actually went down. What was that to? I don't think it was out of control. I thought it still had like 80 health or something. Okay, well that worked out okay. Luckily, you know, the planes didn't target the Panzer IV because that probably could have died. So it was a pretty clean engagement overall for Tomoclan. Personally, probably would not have taken the risk. A lot of repairs required now. Everything's slowly coming back. Need something to guard this as well. Might even be worth building just like a MG34 to guard that. Uh-oh. Why did he drive so far forwards? Threw away that Panzerwerfer there. Oh! know if those targeting the Brumbeer or the bunker, but anyway, the Brumbeer does survive.
The enemy is attacking one of our forward buildings.
It's that sector artillery by JaaaRossi, but nothing's actually pushing in yet. Looks is finally going to kill off one of these caches in the center. And the beacon. Negev just about doesn't have an army at this stage, so I'll probably be trying to push down onto even these points. Panther's healthy again, Panzerforce just about good to go. Try and take away some of the resources from the other two allied players. Out the back, that's the 152 mil. Decent damage to the structures, but okay, and there we go. Honestly, might be better with the AI. Real hodgepodge of a build and not very good preservation from I like Negev. More repair bunkers coming in out the back here. Good rotation into the center to try and jam the capture attempts. So double land mattresses, they're going to work here though. Huge damage. Dicey retreat path as well there. Good work for the Jaeger lights, or good fortune. Here come the double fireflies. Stuns the Panzer IV in place and knocks it out. Need to push up with the Raketen. Slow. Didn't do it at all. Meanwhile, Panther's getting busy on the other side while the Fireflies had rotated. Terribly effective here though. A couple misses. Too early on the snare. Panther comes forward for a couple trades. Damage on the Brumbeer as it rounds the corner. A lot of resources spare for Tomoclan. Might be the King Tiger still. Let's squeeze that into the pop cap. Maybe not the best unit up against so many tank destroyers and anti-tank guns, but still a solid option. I don't think it matters too much in this case. But ordinarily, you know, if you're up against this, and you would in a normal game expect to be up against like 2 Jacksons or something as well, it might have a bit of trouble. Just be out for repairs constantly. Though it can be quite good in this area of the map, like camping up behind buildings, guarding the VP. We've seen that have success in the past. Sherman's coming out to the far side. I'll open up the capture out there. Definitely a lot left up to Tomoclan. He's going to control 2 VPs basically by himself here. Close call on the planes, nearly knock out the Su-85. Double land mattresses though going to work. Just annihilating everything. Actually, he's lucky to survive that. Oops, that can work. The King Tiger gets a shot on the Sherman. Should start the chase. Luckily the Sherman being controlled by the AI. Oh, wow. How did the King Tiger even miss that? Very surprised. But being stationary at that range will be 100% chance to hit. Bot does manage to get the neutralize off. Still a lot of points to go for the allies though. Be careful. Sherman on the field over here. Paratroopers get hunted down by the looks of it for 36 kills. impressive to keep it alive this long.
Suppressive fire!
Got the half-track on the field. Looks like he's just using it for reinforcement though, not as a quad. Try and shoot down these planes. CZ is at 100 pop cap. So is Soccioo. So this is still tough because Smokintodd at 40. JaaaRossi at 60. The US player was even slightly better and had stayed in this one. This would be a very tough matchup for the Axis at this stage still.
One of our Sherman Fireflies.
After getting stuck against the Elephant. Elephant's a good choice though from Smokintodd. Looks like it's hidden behind the smoke though. We need some tulip rockets off here though. This is quite nasty. Oh, both of them connect as well. The Elephant just hung out to dry here in front of triple tank destroyers. He's coming up with the Panzer Grenadiers, but it's too late. The Elephant goes down fast. And that is the power of those tulip rockets. They are quite good against the big boys. Easier to hit with them. And, you know, you need that extra time to polish them off. Comes in for a bit of a block there, but he actually decrewed it. Creative stuff there from the AI. He's managed to pump out 3 Shermans for a brief moment. Dig out the back. Got the artillery coming down out here again. I think this is going to be the end of the mechanized truck. Oof, big leg spine.
Mechanized regimental HQ has been destroyed.
There it goes.
Mobile command vehicle has been dispatched.
Another bunker up covering this. Able to stop the cap. Bit of secure mode action. Good rotation from the Panther to try and close that down. King Tiger's coming across this way as well. I think it's fair enough not to chase if you're unfamiliar with what's where. Could easily be a couple of Fireflies or an SU-85 and you probably want the Panther supported by the King Tiger. Shoot, thrown away by the AI. King Tiger needs to open up on that building. There's a Zis back there as well. Looks like a couple of squads coming in on the flank. Rebuild on the mechanized trucks is the next option for Tomoclan. There could even be a walking Stuka as a decent option to try and round out the army. Pretty much the exact amount of pop cap to squeeze one of those in. Gotta be careful though, this AI constantly probing the far edge. Constantly looking for VP capture opportunities. That's something maybe the player wouldn't have tried. Gets the wipe, gets the cap off. Bit of sector artillery, doesn't seem to be hitting too much. Or maybe this section. Into cap here. Comes. And Soccioo
We've lost a unit.
loses that. Bit of smoke out to cover the capture there. Necessary because Axis could be on the drain. Coming back out the side with the Pathfinders. Even the AI knows Pathfinders with the bar is a good choice.
There's a major
Did they have the bar before this? King Tiger finally opens up on the building. The resistance there, it gets cold feet. There's going to be the walking Stuka. I think that's a good choice.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
Again, though, the AI probing, looking for holes. In fact, the axe is going to drain out a few points here. Can tug out for repairs still. C35 goes down to the Shrek blob. And having to rotate back down this direction to try clear off the Sherman. I think in this case, you know, you're up against the AI, very safe to just like chase right in, go for the kill, even perhaps go for the blitz. Don't have to worry that they're trying to set you up, trying to bait you into some kind of trap or anything like that. Just smush them down. AI's almost getting the decap up here. Not quite though, but the land mattress making Smokintodd pay. So from the big squad wipe, T-3485 meanwhile going hunting for the walking Stuka, which I don't think even has revealed itself at this stage. Hasn't even fired. Or maybe he's trying to get some vision for another artillery strike and this is just a coincidence. Again, has rebuilt the mechanized truck right next to everything. He's not done any repairs on this and looks like the Schwer. Oof. Just staying alive.
50 points remain.
Okay, just about enough resources to rebuild that walking Stuka already though, it's not much of an issue. Capping out on the far edge now again. Unable to get much going actually, and a triple cap against the Axis. There's some trouble here. Need to get that King Tiger in play. I think I come down this side, try attack from over here, try to get away from the AT gun a bit.
Red Army artillery ready to fire.
So King Tiger could be doing a bit more. Still pretty healthy, and we know that it's not much of a threat from the red player.
We are now down to 25 points.
Managed to decrew the AT gun there as well, that the AI tried to get back up. There's some creative maneuvering here, let's just say that much. Lift off target, Panther goes down. Kills off the ambulance there of the AI, and here comes King Tiger now. Could have done this a good 40 seconds ago though. And did come through this gap instead of around this side, like I was thinking. Ends up taking the AT gun shot. C35 dead. And now capping in the center. Walking Stuka back up though. Should be pretty good. Barraging these two team weapons, a good line down here. Able to get the neutralize off and stop the clock. This point is wide open yet again though. This stage, I'd maybe even consider leaving the Panther on this side to constantly deal against the AIs. Harassing Sherman seems to really like building those, as well as one squad of infantry. Leave everything else focused over there. Well targeted, didn't quite get the scatter though. Really took any damage on the... Okay, planes are coming in here, but it's not a lot for them. If there's no vehicle, I think it's a bit of a waste. King Tiger coming across this direction. Again, I think the Panther's better handled to this because it's faster. Good at chasing these down. King Tiger's better at smashing through infantry. Going for the cap. So it's a bad split on the vehicles from Tomoclan. Meanwhile, Double Panther's making some big moves and overwhelming. Firefly's picking away from range, but without engine crits, it's not going to matter too much. And he's got some Shreks zoning the Fireflies out from a chase. Capping in the center now. electric still crawling in there, hoping to find something. One of them connecting. Both of them connecting that time. Lots of drain from the allies again. They're still 154. Can target backed all the way to the mechanized truck for repairs. I think maybe the stern pies need to be used maybe a little bit more defensively, just so they're more available for repairs. Sector artillery drop down. This can actually be quite successful. It's well targeted. There's still out back here. Maybe that needs to back towards the mechanized truck as well. Stern pies retreated back there also. Misses its shot. Still, this VP's been left completely open by Tomoclan. I think one unit just has to be over there. Even though when the eye is going to sneak in to the cap. Maybe a little bit too passive again. Kentucky backing away, opening the door for some capping. T-3045 not vetted, so doesn't have secure mode. Looks like he wants to go for another one of those artillery strikes though, with the T-3485 providing the vision. Okay, here comes the Panther train. Good walking Stuka. Clears off the centre. Looks like a chain Faust slowing down the Jackson. Panther's speeding in here, trying to polish it off. Goes the Jackson. Sherman's going to be next. Sherman did manage to get to Vet 2 in the hands of AI. 12 kills. Pretty good. Stern pies need to get in there for a cap jam. Looks like the re-echelon running past the point though for some reason. Oh, big rotation. Uh-oh. Just trouble for Tomoclan. He's not recruited that Raketin. King Tiger staying still was a sitting duck for the tulip rockets.
Enemies are swarming one of our emplacements.
Need to just run all this infantry into the capture circle here. So that's exactly what they're doing. The King Tiger getting hammered on its way home. Oh, looks like it's shooting at the wrong Firefly there. Need to be shooting at this one. Would have finished it with the next shot.
Firefly is ready to give someone
And
a
infantry
bloody
getting
dose.
distracted instead of trying to jam the capture. Slowing down the tanks, but with this few VPs left, I don't think that really matters too much. Meanwhile, Green going for an annihilation victory, but their Axis could easily lose on VPs. Seems a bit short-sighted. It doesn't appear they're going to, but this isn't like super well defended. One machine gun which could easily get flanked here. Could throw out a smoke grenade to help with this cap as well. So yeah, this is a bit of a throw from JaaaRossi. And the machine gun now getting overwhelmed up here. Finally, the other two Axis players think about another area apart from this tiny lane. It might be too late. Allies might be able to hold on here. They're coming in with every tank they have. Tomoclan heading out to the far side. Only one conscript over there. Might be able to kill that fast enough. There's carnage in the center meanwhile. Clear off all the allied troops here, but they're not capping here yet. In fact, it's over here that's capping fastest. Needs to try spread out, dodge this. That little land mattress action. Gets them neutralized at least, that's all that was really required. Can leave it up to his teammates in the center now. Still have, this is a good situation for a bunker, covering a VP in this phase of the game.
Enemy can taste defeat.
Oh.
They only have 10
actually sense that. Some racism. Swarming in with the big dose of tanks. Even after all this, Major's still capping out here, and maybe the bunker lost sight? The Allies nearly won this, even though army sizes, they couldn't be further apart. Sector artillery hammering away, and that's that. So yeah, I think, you know, very weak build order overall from I like Negev. Did allow the looks a lot of breathing room in this game. You know, with like an 8 or so minute Stuart, which could have been the case. You know, it was a pretty even split on the map for the first half. Looks would have had a much tougher time. Might have had to be like a looks into Puma situation at that stage to help deal with it, but as it stood, didn't go for that. A real hodgepodge of a build and then ended up leaving. Needs a bit more experience, this USF player. Unfortunate about the leaving as well. But yeah, Tomoclan does best in spite of that. Maybe neglecting this VP for a bit too much for the first like 200 or so points. It was almost never defended. And then after the first 200 points is when they put up the fighting position. Just sending like one squad over here to cap every now and then would have made this not nearly as nerve-wracking at the end for the Axis. Meanwhile, these two Axis players getting crazy tunnel vision, only ever fighting in this like 1/3 of the map, tiny sector, barely ever paying attention to the center, just about costing themselves the game because of that. But they did eventually come out on top. The AI, yeah, probably did better than the player, honestly. But still, you know, just kind of suiciding Sherman. Did continue to harass the VPs, and that's how the Allies almost did win. The AI continuously harassing here, and maybe it was with Tomoclan just leaving something over here the entire time. Make sure that couldn't have happened. But, you know, trying to split his attention across such a wide area of the map. Tough, and did a reasonable job. Maybe splitting up the duties between the King Tiger and the Panther could be more effective. King Tiger maybe camping around this area of the map, trying to hide behind the churches and buildings, take advantage of its big cannon to stop capture attempts. And the Panther more mobile on the side, fighting off the Sherman tanks. And then, you know, if it takes some damage, it can drive back faster. Maybe leaving the stern powers more in the center as well for repairs on the King Tiger. But yeah, other than that, reasonably solid build order from Tomoclan. No, didn't get too bad on the float at any stage. Maybe a bit of a waste on that second sector assault activation, but wasn't too bad. A quick look at the scoreboard for the sake of things. You can see Tomoclan, yeah, way. I mean, I suppose going up against the USF player, it's kind of expected to have a similar KD to that, but pretty impressive nonetheless. Well, anyway, guys, wrap on that. If you like your game to be cast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you off the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.